I'm on YouTube. I have faith. I have faith in you. You can do this. And for the moment, yep. Let's listen. Okay, I can't hear shit. Hello. I can't hear shit. Hello. I can't hear shit. Hello. I can't hear shit. Of course, it's going to reverb. Of course, it's going to reverb. Of course, it's going to. Okay, I've turned it off so I won't be able to hear myself say that, and you won't be able to hear it either. Go to live. Go live. Let's see. Can I hear myself? Oh, let's mute myself on Twitch. Okay. And let's. Sure. Cool. There we go. YouTube stream is public. Where's my bit rate? Oh, and things no. Thank you, Claptrap, for the follow. You're just going to keep hearing, oh no, what's going on for a bit. Should be fine, but we'll see. Yeah, no, that looks fine. I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to ignore it for now. Okay, let's mute myself on YouTube. And now we can turn back on the tunes. Good. Okay. This is going to be loud. Nope, that's fine. Turn it up a bit. There we go. Cool. Hey. Let's do some more work. We're going to try and get this adventure somewhat done. And no matter how rough it looks, this map will be polished up later. If anything, I can hide the map at this point. But it might still give me some inspiration, so I'll keep it up for now. Okay. Ah, yes. Need to put one thing up. Where was it? It was you. I want you up. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, keep dead quiet. Our adventure site location that is heavily inspired by, stealth games and all that stuff, or at least this is a adventure site that heavily leans into the stealth idea. You could go in guns blazing, but to try and stop that or discourage it, it's going to be a lot more dangerous. So I think in the noise complication section just above it, I'll reemphasize. I don't think I need to, but for now, that's going to be a consideration for a little bit later. Okay. Yep. Okay. Just making everything just looking all good on the Twitch and YouTube side of things. Cool. We are live. Might as well share both. YouTube and of course just Twitch itself. Go. Let's just check if that loads up. That does load up. Go. What's the quality at? I can do 1080 on YouTube. Good. Okay. So, my goals for roughly 2 hours, 3 hours. Get this done. And if I'm feeling bored, maybe switch over to my game. Breathless game. I'll just make sure that's nice and clear. Text. Delete all that. Delete. Just so I'm very aware that this is not stuff I need. Delete. Map. Cool. And just delete all of that. Game. And let's make this not brown. Just so we're very aware. Cool. Game and my adventure. So, keep dead quiet. Let's figure out our adventure, our room locations. Oh yes, I want to move this over here. So where's my guides? Okay, cool. Guide. Just pop it at the top for now. Cool. And then I can delete that. Thank you, error. And I can delete these white boxes I don't need. Okay. At this point, I think I am going to hide the lower level. Kind of have an idea. Ooh, let's get those elevators in for now. Might you? Saw some elevators, and I like the idea of them being alternate ways of travel. So here's pen tool. Elevator can go down to this floor, and let's make it blue for now, just so we're aware. And square tips. And elevator can also, no, it can only go down to there. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any other, oh, the music is getting a little bit too loud. Let's lower that up a little bit. Okay, cool. There's no other elevators that I need to worry about. This one, staff room. We don't have a location in the staff room. I do like the idea of having another room here, potentially. Yeah, for now, we'll put another room. Copy, paste, pop another room here. And then we can pen tool. Staff room has an elevator too. But also, we still want our... What color are you? Color picker. Oh no, that's not what I want. Okay, just that. Red. Slightly darker, but fine. Cool. And we'll just pop that in the back where everything else goes. In the back. Way too far back, but that's fine. Okay. I think we're good. There's nothing else that I want to be inspired by exactly. We have fire exits. Oh, fire exits. At least I think they're fire exits. Let's use our key. Emergency exit. Yeah. Don't mind that idea. Yeah, let's put some emergency exits. They can be alternate ways in. We currently got 2 ways in, but why can't there be more? And then we can get rid of them as we go on. Just had a flashback to an elevator scene in a horror game called Soma. I have not played Soma. I'm aware of it. And yes, elevators and horror, just the claustrophobic nature is great. And I can definitely see people utilizing those scenes as inspiration. Not quite sure how much Soma leans into fungus stuff and tendrils. I know Soma's, I think, a little bit more tech orientated. This one is a zombie survival game, and the adventure we're doing is for the quote-unquote setting that it's set in. So this is just a library infested with basically clickers and other types of stealth zombies, or at least stealth gameplay zombies. Okay. What else do I need? I want Oh, please work. Yes, it's working. Good. Okay. Yeah, we're going to put some more exits. So we got 2 fire exits up here. We're just going to place just one line just to emphasize a fire exit. We'll do our extremely off pink and make it rounded as well. And that is not off enough. Okay, cool. And got one on ground floor. Let's put a fire exit in the staff room. We don't need to put fire exits everywhere. Some of them might be completely closed off. Yeah, I like that. And because we've got a lot of chaining here, and we've only got 3 locations that are dead ends, I want to put one more dead end in this grouping here. Yeah, okay. I thought the artwork reminded me of like a little bit of fleshy tendrils with Soma. Director's office, that might be good inspiration, but it's right next to another dead end. I want to put it over here. Library staff area. Yeah, there's some emphasizing some toilets here. Let's go for it. Toilets. Gonna do a toilet room. Make it a bit chunkier. Get that red in there. That's a bit too red. Too dark. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter right now. And I'm gonna hurt a lot of people's eyes. But we're just sketching. We're digitally sketching. Cool. And let's get those things underneath since we don't want them above. Nice. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 exits / entrances. We've got 4 dead end rooms. We have at least one alternate route that is almost like a shortcut from the top level to almost the bottom level, since it seems like this elevator is only just ground to 2. And ground to 2 goes up to here. Oh, actually, it does say ground to 2. G to -2. Yeah, whatever. We're going to be inspired. Because up here it says that's 1 to 3. Okay, that's G to 2 there. Do we want the staff room to have access to... Yeah, maybe we do. Those technically will connect to dead end locations, but those dead end locations are only connected by the elevator shaft. And for how I'm seeing it is the elevator's not working. So it's only going to be connected if you have the tools necessary to get through. So for now, we'll do this. I don't want any fill, please. And there we go. Cool. Okay. We now have a floor plan, and let's hide the map, just so our eyes do not hurt anymore. Yeah. Let's make that elevator shaft one a little bit more clear. Nice. And then we can delete this one. Cool. We got a floor plan done. Yay. Yeah, let's crunch this a bit. We can move it over. This is where creating the map in like some sort of law plan mind map thing would have been much better. That's fine. Okay. I want the rooms to be separate. So let's put them over here. And let's group it. Group. Okay, let's get my guide up. Nice. That works for me. We're well within 2 of the folds of this trifold. And we still have some space for everything else. So if I just put the cafe box there, classroom box there for now, and then I can get that, move that. Cool. Okay. We now have basically the layout done, or at least the layout for the draft version done. We have an idea of how we're doing all our, where's my examples? I do not have a camera set up, and I don't have the PDF. I think, actually, do I have the PDF? Let's see if I can get that up, because last time I was just explaining things. Mark of the Odd, Mouse Ritter, scenarios, Honey in the Rafters. Yes. Nope, that's the wrong one. This one? Yeah, this will work. It's black and white, but it still gets the idea across. So let's zoom this in. So what I've got here is the brochure trifold of a Mouse Ritter adventure. The Honey in the Rafters, this column here, this third of the page here is the front page. The center column is the back. The left is the inner fold. And if we go to the other one, this is the inside spread. Yeah, inside spread. This is what I am being directly inspired by. I love how a lot of OSR adventures are laid out, especially Mouse Ritter. It's one of the coolest things about the OSR movement and adventures and games. The spread is just incredibly clean and easy to pass, and most of the time it's done in a way, it's laid out to be clear so a game master can reference it during play as quickly as possible. This is specifically the trifold, like a brochure layout. I've got a physical booklet in front of me that is much wider, so the layout's a little bit less crunched, but it's still basically one-to-one. It's mostly just given this left trifold, as far as I can tell, some room to breathe. Oh, actually, some things are being moved around, but that's fine. the adventure hooks on the front page is actually on the back page, and the front cover is entirely just the first column. Yeah, no, it's very cool, Clubtrap. And so I'm using that 1-to-1. So what's our first column on our trifold? It's going to be the front page. And I'm going to, as best as possible, keep the front page just the front page. Artwork, author stuff compatible with Breathless, just the necessary things to keep it nice and clean, and just be like, boom. The back page, this center column, if we're going by the PDF version, it's talking about like the adventure specific conditions or curses, adventure specific treasure, and adventure specific spell. So basically the adventure specific items. On the physical version that I've got, it's actually the blurb and the adventure hooks. We're going with the blurb and adventure hooks for now. Basically, oh, cool, what's the front cover? Oh, that's cool. What's on the back? What book am I going to read? Is it going to inspire me? And that's what our blurb and hooks are going to be about. It's like, okay, here's what this thing is about. Everything you need. And here's the hooks. Hey, Game Master, how could you use this adventure site? Here's some hooks in a table, so you can roll on them. Or you can just choose one, and each of the hooks like an NPC and an item, a faction, a potential, rumor that you can like throw out into the world, and maybe even get NPCs to say it in like a JRPG dialogue way. It's like, oh, I heard the abandoned hotel is the lights are on at night. Hopefully no one goes there. You could do it like that, but yeah, don't have to. And then just the necessary legal stuff that needs to be placed down the bottom. That's currently the layout. Sticking to the physical, but we'll use the PDF right now since it's a nice, easy way to reference things. The inside fold is the left column here. When I look in, which is the same for the physical, shows you the adventure-specific encounters and the unique creatures that you would deal at this location. Whenever I'd be referencing this physical version, this in particular would be open, as well as for this adventure, the map as well. So I can look at this map and be like, okay, Shig's log, overwhelming stench, strength save, or be frightened. There's some leaves and bones that have a treasure there, and states that Shig the skunk sleeps here, but they might not be here if they're searching for food. Okay, Shig is here. I can go over. It's like, cool, I've got Shig's stat block literally right next to them. It'd just be on the left here, basically. So I can reference the map and also the potential encounters when they're traveling between locations, or have triggered a random encounter. And I can reference the stat blocks when the adventure, the room states a certain encounter. Of course, the back of this PDF tells me the treasure and all that stuff. On the physical, the treasure and all that stuff is actually on the okay, what's this spread like? Would be actually on this left column here. So yeah, like my hooks would technically be here. And so if I don't need the map anymore, just for a moment, I can just quickly fold it and get back to just referencing the inside fold and the first column of the
the inside fold and the, oh crap, what am I saying? The first column of the inside spread and the inside fold page as well. So I really like the trifold design. Physically, it's great, especially if how much you've put on there is easy to pass. Cyber plus Punk. Let me get that PDF up because that is another direct inspiration. Forge in the Dark. Where are you? Cyber plus Punk. Give me this one. Is that okay? This is another example of the layout's going to be slightly different. And let's get the player one as well. I believe that is just a player sheet. Okay, then we don't need to worry about that too much, but we'll have it open. And let's get a supplement. Nope. I want minor gap. Yes. Minor gap. Oh, and we'll get rid of the bleed. Okay, cool. This is another brochure that I am heavily inspired by. Cyber plus Punk, a very simplified Forged in the Dark game about cyberpunk job runners. Yeah, I think it's a great little game, as well as a great game to research for design, layout, and learning how to write a whole rule set within the space of 2 pages on an A4 page, basically, a double-sided page. The physical versions that I have in front of me is not a trifold. It's actually a... Now, let me just... 4-fold gate. 4-fold gate paper, I think is what it's called. Yes, 4-fold gate is what it's called. Let me bring that up. Actually, yeah, you'll be a good example. Here we go. So, closed gatefold is how they describe it here. I've seen other websites call it a 4-fold gate, where it's basically multiple books in one. Front cover, back cover. Then when you open it up, you've got a 2-page spread. And then when you open it up again, then you got technically a 4-page spread within. I think it's a nice way of laying out things. Hello there. I think it's a nice way of like laying out information and also stopping the reader from seeing all the information at once and also guiding them on what to read first, because I think a closed gate fold or a 4-fold gate is a nice evolution of the trifold, because with a brochure you might open up the first page and then you've got 2 pages and it's like, okay, you can design like that. You've got your first page and then you got your second page. But then when you open up the, second page, in this case, when you open up this second page, you're then greeted with new information. And is that information going to relate to the first page that was opened up? So it's a little bit, not too hard, but you need to seriously consider it, at least. So that's one thing. For now, I'm doing trifold, but I might explore 4-fold, or whatever the fuck it was called before. What are you called? Closed gatefold. For now, we'll keep it with trifold, but I think closed gatefold is the way to go. But yes, hello, Deadpool. Okay, enough gushing. What I want to do is basically take my cyberpunk, take my mouse reader, and just cram it into my breathless adventures and games they're going to be writing. Because design constraints, they help me so much. You're going to make a game, but it has to fit on a single page, only one-sided. You're going to make a game, and it has to fit on a double page, but also it needs to be a trifold, it needs to be a quadfold. Lay out your ideas and organize your ideas within a couple columns. Have fun. Okay, we have less than a week left before the game jam ends. Where is it? Yes, we got 6 days and 2 hours before the game jam ends. I want to finish this adventure and at least one other project, either another adventure or a game, before then. I won't do all of this on stream. I will likely be able to do one more stream. When does this end? July 7th for me, which is a Monday at 2 p.m. So my Monday times are all filled out. Sunday is filled out. I got Saturday, which is a free time. Oh, I'm in Daggerheart that day. That's filled out. Hello, Deadpool on both Twitch and YouTube. I have YouTube up, but wasn't looking there. The chat's at the very bottom. Okay. Deadpoolzilla, for saying hello. You're now technically my #1 top fan. You've gained 25 XP. What does that mean? I have no fucking idea, but that's okay. Just know you've got some XP now. Yes. And yes, thank you for the pun. 6 days is hopefully enough breathing room. Wherever you go, the puns follow, don't they? I'm doing an adventure specifically because I'm aware of Fari RPGs quite heavily. They make a lot of lovely games. I personally have not played any of them, but I have been following them for quite a while. I think since Dash/Charge, which, at least based on how they've ordered things here, were some of the first things that they released. I don't think that it is the first things they've done, but at least on itch. If this is in terms of date, first thing that they've released. Yeah, no, Breathless is first, so no, they've ordered this how they wanted to. They are looking for adventures because they want to print and distribute them across the world for a secret Breathless project. I assume this is going to be a compilation of adventures in a nice, handy, physical folder or something. Just like my Cyberpunk folder that I've got, and a Kickstarter that I need to remember. Actually, I'm about to forget it. Kickstarter Cyberpunk Overload. If any of you are interested in Cyberpunk, they've got another Kickstarter that's about to end for their second physical release. Will this show some stuff? Let's turn it off. Yep. Okay, cool. So their first physical release, lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff. Not sponsored, but really great quality trifolds, really nice cardboard, and the folder that it comes in is really, really nice. It's like a little weird slip folder thing. And I'm definitely going to get this one soon. You can, in this Kickstarter, you can get the old, the first version if you, can you get the physical? Yeah, physical bundle. So you can get both bundles physically. I picked up the physical bundle during a convention, so I need to pick up the physical bundle for the next release. And my goal as a designer for games, but also for adventures, since adventures is something I've long stayed away from. I don't write adventures for other people. I write adventures just for myself because I run games for 12 times a week or something like that. I do not need them to be pretty. I just need them to work just for one instance, and I might never use them again. Writing adventures for people is a totally different mindset, but something I am excited to lean into. So we'll see. The other one is just create a breathless game, which many people have done already since this Game Jam 2. So I immediately started working on breathless games because that's just where my mind space is. I'm forcing myself to do adventures. But I know I can't just work on an adventure always, so that's why I can switch over to the game when I want to. I have many ideas for breathless games. Subnautica, Ironline, Frostpunk, Till the Storm, Fallout, Minecraft, an SCP like Five Nights at Freddy's, Dark Souls, Kills the Sun, Darkest Dungeon, Vermintide, Grave Tender, Alien. Some of those are just words. Other ones, those are IPs that people would recognize. Many ideas. Some of them are solo ones. Some of them are group-based ones. Since Breathless, by default, is a game that you play with multiple people, but 100% can see just utilizing for solo play, which I am heavily interested in. And I've got many Breathless. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Breathless adventures. Specifically leaning into the depth crawl, which I didn't do for this adventure. So I'm happy about. For now, we're going to do a nice just point crawl type of thing. Go to a location, what's there, cool, we're going to search for things. Do we come across a random encounter? What's the obstacle we need to overcome to, continue onwards type of situation. So, what was the issue I was having before? Noise complications, since we're getting back into doing this adventure. As I think we're wrapping things up, I was considering a new faction, since I only had 2 factions, and I kind of want to have 3 factions. Maybe the 3rd faction is just on the zombies and the unique zombies I have. But how I see factions, they are entities that you can interact with in some form of social manner. If they are only things to run away or fight, I don't see them as a faction, I just see them as an obstacle. And I think any good dungeon has at least 2 factions. 2 factions is probably the most you need. And those 2 factions, to make it interesting, should not have aligning goals, or at least one goal should not be aligning. There we go. Goals. We're going to do a faction. We're going to use this same. Actually, we'll do a new text box just so I can move these things around. It's because it's using my old settings. One day I'll remember how Publisher works. I haven't used Publisher in a long bit. Okay. That's where that stuff is. Cool. Can I change this stuff? No, I cannot. Interesting. Fill? Why is this? Text frame. There you are. Not the table tab. Text frame tab. Streaming while working. I understood it was always going to be like this. I forget sometimes that I need to talk as well as do work. But last time talking while doing work really, really helped me. Basically rubber ducking as the term is. What the term is. Don't really like that term. I don't know, it just feels But the rubber duck term just makes me go, no, I'd rather a different term. But I totally agree with it. Claptrap says multiple factions or a faction with parts that don't get along with each other definitely keeps things interesting. Yes, exactly. Because this adventure site, I'll just put some text here. And it's white. Nice. Why is my text white? Because there we go. Oh. And I don't want it bold. Yeah. Adventure sites. OSR is all about them. Well, at least many OSR games. Because OSR play inherently is generally sandboxy. So you can just fill the world with different locations, and those locations are themselves a sandbox. Even if it's just a small dungeon with a couple rooms, hopefully the rooms are not linear where you just have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're done and then you leave. There's multiple different paths, and some of those paths are harder to use, like elevator shafts or blocked doors. But you also have the social sandbox with the different factions. You come across a NPC, they aren't trying to shank you, at least initially. It's like, oh, what are you doing here? And you can start to learn the kind of social hierarchy and social landscape of this little sandbox. So you're interfacing with the world through the multiple, pillars of play, not just stab, kill, get loot. So 100%. Factions make things highly interesting, because now factions can be ways you can get missions. You could be here for for an entirely different mission, but now you can get even more missions in a Skyrim sub-quest, side quests kind of fashion, just slowly getting more and more missions. But generally, the missions you would get in this adventure site will be keyed to just this sandbox. If you want to make the sandbox a little bit more complicated, then that's when you can start being like, okay, this person would like you to go out into the world and get whatever the fuck. And then now you're making them go out from here. Yes, side missions. They're great. And also a big danger. All right. Factions. Let's just set this up now. Factions. We've we've got our faction. Currently, they're called the Doomsday Archivists. Doomsday Archivists. We also have, what are they called? We're going to just call them the Peacekeepers. Keepers of the Peace. Peacekeepers sounds good right now. Ooh. Keepers of Silence. Sounds more culty. And I did mention we might be leaning to kind of a militant cult type of vibe. And then we got a faction right now listed about creating art. Since this world is dying and is currently very idle, this faction wants to kind of go against the idle nature of the post-apocalypse. So, art creation faction. Cool. We got our factions. Yay. And just for some like weirdness, I want to do. Give me my CYMK. Oh, should be CYMK. Yeah, well, I'll fix that later. Since I want this ready to print immediately, we'll do that. And then, can we make this smaller? And I want the center. Nope. I changed the character. It'll be here. Yeah. But now I'll just do it like that. That's fine. Alright, Doomsday Archivists, Keepers of the Silence, and Art Creation Faction. A good side mission, either good loot or storyline. Hopefully both. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, well, obviously depending on the game and all that stuff, you need to know what the side mission is. Is this side mission just to get a nice item? Is it the lure of an item? Or is this kind of like a interesting story? Is it going to be both? And you want to try and make that fairly obvious to the players so they can decide what their buy-in is going to be. It's like, yeah, I want this item. That's the interesting thing for me. Type of situation. Okay. So, Mouse Ritter. I love how Mouse Ritter does their factions. This is just me, basically. I'm talking away from the mic, that's fine. I love how Mouse Ritter does their factions. Where's my book? There we go. Don't want to show everything off. Okay. Here's some factions for Mouse Ritter. The Rat Bandits. They have a ruthless gang and they have a secret hideout. They're their resources. And they have 3 goals: dominate a trade route, establish protection racket, and capture a fortress. They've got 2 dots for trade route, 3 for protection racket, and 4 for capture a fortress to tell you how hard it's going to take. There is some rules on like, okay, when downtime occurs, roll some dice and all that stuff. We don't need to worry about this. This is the adventure site location specifically. I think this is a great way of doing a faction. It's very simple. Another thing you can add is hates this faction, likes this faction. Or you can maybe infer it from the goals. Dominate a trade route. And the noble mouse might be protect a trade route. Well, those 2 goals definitely conflict with each other. So this is what I'm kind of inspired by, at least with simple faction design. So we're going to do kind of the same thing, just going to rip it off entirely. So the Doomsday Archivists have resources, Archive of Knowledge, and then also let's need to have at least 2 resources to make it somewhat interesting. What's another resource for the Doomsday Archivists? Armory. Silenced. Weapons. Dedicated followers. That's probably not a great resource, but dedicated followers it'll do. It'll do. Okay. With that. Let's just go here. What else do we have? Okay, yeah. That's fine. Oh, finally my bitrate is excellent on Twitch, even though nothing has changed. Good. Okay. Resources. Archive of Knowledge. That's fine. Resources. The Creation Faction. They've got tough defenses. What else? And I'm gonna make these dot points. Here's my guides. Okay. Let's just here. Okay, cool. Things are still working. Let's just bump up this a little bit. What am I on now? I would like some new music, please. This playlist is pretty small. This one, please. Let's do this one. Yeah, that sounds good. Yes. Okay. I don't know how loud the music is on your end, but it seems fine for me. Just gonna turn off just for a moment and then listen to Twitch. But it seems fine for me. Just gonna turn off just for a moment and then listen. Sounds like I can't hear. Fuck all. That's fine. For me, and if you hear it, it's supposed to be quiet anyway. It's supposed to be relaxing. We want to relax while we're doing this. Okay. While around. Doing more work. Let's just do a little tweet. Blue sky post. Ain't no Twitter here. Fuck off with that shit. Doing more work. And let's share YouTube. And then also share Twitch. I know some people prefer Twitch. Okay. Nice. Posted. Well, saw this message. Yes. Okay, cool. Juggling a lot of things here. Thank you, Deadpool. I much appreciate that. That is my intention, at least from a streaming video perspective. Let's keep it calm. Let's keep it chill. When I run games for you, might be chill for a moment, and then I can try and kill you in game. Yeah, this playlist will do. This is the vibe I want. Okay. And let's check out the Breathless Discord. Breathing in. Cool. Done my socializing and like. Yes. Season of Ghosts is always peaceful and calming. Laptrap Deadpool's gotten to the monastery and dealt with the big boy Dark Souls individuals. They had a slightly more violent version of what you dealt with. Yeah. Okay. Yes. This will work. I'm hearing some. Ooh, this flute. Yeah, okay. I was going to say this flute reminds me of some Indian movies I've watched. And I can just see it's at least the name sounds very Indian. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, factions. Resources, tough defenses. What are some resources players want in a survival game that might be for these, that the factions might have? because the hooks we've got says, an NPC wants a book from the library. They might immediately go towards the Doomsday Archivists for that book, or they might search for themselves. But what could a art/creation faction be? Emails. Everything's going well. Love it. Good stuff. For those watching or listening, this is definitely the slow point where it's just going to be vibes and me going, a lot. So hopefully the music will help. This is just going to be some likely background noise for most of you. Not going to be a very exciting stream. That's for one thing. Survival craft. Yes, there we go. I like that. While the Doomsday Archivists might be good at holding knowledge, the artists, the creationists, they actually utilize the knowledge and create and craft. For now, I'll put crafting knowledge. Survival crafting knowledge. Thank you for that. That is a good idea. Archive of knowledge. Let's say secure bunker. If I'm leaning on the master faction stuff, it could be, ruthless gang, secret hideout. They work perfectly fine. What else do we have? Stock storehouses, exorbitant wealth, hired mercenaries and bandits, terrifying presence. In fortress, speed and fury. Yeah, some of these resources are a little bit more vague, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna say secret bunker for our Doomsday Archivist. And secure armory. Fervent followers. When we're working with so little word count, we need to emphasize each one as much as possible. And this will all do a pass. Like, this blurb makes no sense, and a lot of it is just my notes in there. Now, I'm going to get the rough ideas out. Okay, goals. Let's think goals. Protect books. Did I list it here? Remain undetected. Survive. Survive's a little too generic for a post-apocalypse thing. Everyone's likely wanting to survive. Yeah. Exactly. There's definitely going to be some inspiration and all that stuff. Uh, yeah. All factions. Actually, maybe not all factions. If you're leaning, maybe Mad Max, and the Church of the Atom or whatever it's called and all that stuff. Survive might not be their goal, but yes, we probably don't need to say survive for all these factions. Goals. Goals for all of these. Never stagnate. Create a self-sustaining community. Silence everything. Kill noise. That might be the same thing, but that's fine. Yeah, for Keepers of the Silence, I'm thinking this cult, it's leaning off the shh, be quiet in a library, and that idea has just spawned off into some kind of like cult of the quiet, and they want to preserve peace at all costs by killing anything that makes noise. So if we're leaning into them being fairly militant, they have Hollywood silencers for any guns they might have, and they're probably largely using like bows and arrows and just knives, and potentially chloroform. Just all things that emphasize we're trying to be quiet. Spread silence. Silence everything, kill noise, spread silence. They're all kind of, we don't need... We'll have kill noise, spread the word of silence. Just emphasize its culty nature. Ah, thank you. Yes, speak in sign language. I'm gonna write that down in here. In sign language. Love that shit. Thank you. Great idea, great idea. So maybe I'll say teach the word of silence. And that will make interacting with them potentially a little bit more difficult. And will kind of emphasize a little bit more of a inclusive nature in here, because sign language is hardly brought up in role-playing games. So bringing it up here from a faction that currently is definitely leaning antagonistic. That kind of brings up, it's like, hey, maybe learning sign language is actually a good thing, because they needed to do so to follow their belief, but also it allows them to survive in this particular location because you need to be silent. Like it. 2 goals for now is fine. We'll do 2 goals. Never stagnate. Yeah, that works. We got remain undetected, protect books, isolationists. We got kill noise, teach to live silence. Antagonistic, well, primarily going to be antagonistic or aggressive to traditional individuals. But also they are open to teaching and indoctrinating more. And then we got the art creation faction. That is currently how I see it. Definitely leaning in the more friendly vibe. You know, creating a self-sustained community, never stagnating and progressing forward. But they could still be at least a little bit isolationist. Because they could be just trying to create a self-sustained community for themselves. But now, we're going to keep them as a kind of open faction, at least from basic interpretation. These factions could be adjusted by the game master in play. Cool. We've got some factions now. Yay. Paragraph leading. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Let's crunch that down just a bit. Yeah. Nice. And we'll just put this down the bottom. Okay. Oh, what else? What else? Factions are done. Yeah, factions are basically done. I can like list an NPC per faction if I want to, but for now, that's all good. Noise complications. Actually, depending on how things will work, I'm just going to put the complication clock down here. That fits. I'll put factions here. Where's my guides? Cool. Yeah, layout, getting there. It is getting there. Okay. Let's consider library-based loot. 10 will be the most special things, and 1 is a little bit more generic. So, 1 thing, generic. Book. Book on what? Book on... law. Arts and arts. Booking. Fiction. Etc. Cool. Geography, points of interest. Yeah. This is where the layout is going to bite me, and I need to work on it. It's like, okay, how much can I fit? What is my font size? 12. For now, I'm going to keep to a 12. I will likely shrink down to... sorry. I'll likely shrink down to 10. But for now, I'll keep to 12. Okay. So we've just got 1 as our just full book category. You pick up a book. Okay, cool. In Breathless, items don't have stats besides... Oh, I don't have my... Let me bring that up. Where's my Breathless SRD? Breathless, where are you? SRD. SRD. There you are. Oh no. I didn't want to open up another infinity. Okay, whatever. Go away. Cancel. No. Open with publisher 2. There we go. Yep, that's fine. And let's just... Cool. Yep. Breathless. This is the adventure that I am making. This is the game I'm making my adventure for. Is a two-sided A4 page. Well, whatever the hell America calls this thing, legal or whatever the hell it is. Just a standard page of paper, two-sided. One is just devoted to the title. The other one's the character sheet. The inside is all the rules. There would be extra stuff here. Actually, let me bring that up. Where's my breathless spread? There we go. That's actually the SRD. No, I want the actual game. Red. There we go. So this is breathless. Front page, character sheet on the back page, your skills and items. They might have a dice associated to them, up to a D10. Whenever you use a skill or an item, you immediately reduce the dice value by 1 step. So you used bash, that was at a D10, it's now D8, it's now D6, it's now D4. You need to catch your breath to reset all your skills and all your items. If you ever use a D4 skill or a D4 item, for whatever reason, you just can't use it anymore. The item likely breaks or you lose it. That's the only thing items have in terms of mechanics. As you can see from the roll table, it's just cricket bat, it's just katana, it's just revolver. This is a fiction first kind of narrative based game. So it's kind of up to the group. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use my dumbbell here. It's like, okay, that's pretty heavy. And you're not just using it as a weapon right now, you're using it for a different solution. Yeah, okay, dumbbell, that's heavy. You can use it as a weight. So you can Indiana Jones something right now. And for how check works is 1 to 2 you fail, something wrong happens. 3 to 4 you succeed at a cost of 5 plus you succeed. Anything high above a 5 you get a better result. And that's how Breathless works. Roll a die. 3 or 4 above you succeed. Might have a cost. Might be better. So yeah. So items don't have to have unique mechanics. They just need to be something. And from the book itself, there are items already on a table. Where's loot? A rolling table. This is just the rolling tables that they have right now. I obviously did not get enough sleep last night. After the stream, I was awake in bed for about 3 hours, and then I slept for 5, and then I was just in bed for another 2. If I decided I'd get up, and then, or 3 hours, I think, actually. Yeah, shit, 3 hours. So overall, I've had 6 hours of doing nothing when it could have been sleeping. Oh well. Okay. So we'll probably want to put some library-based weapons on this, potentially. Stapler, bookbinder, stapler, Bookbinder. Functions in a library. Let's Google this. VCR tapes. Yeah, we're gonna bring back VCR. DVD player. Paper cutter machine. Yes, that's what is it called? Is there a term for it? Paper cutter machine. It's just a paper cutter. Paper guillotine trimmer. Paper cutter. We'll just say paper cutter. That'll make the most sense for most people. Paper cutter. Actually, let me just go on to Officeworks. My store for office supplies and all that stuff. Scissors, yeah. Scissors. Stapler. Sticky tape. Yeah, we'll lean into it. Sticky tape. Sticky tape. What other things? Okay, the paper cutters are within the guillotine tab. Oh, no, they are. They are technically different things. I'm going to say paper guillotine, because that just sounds cooler. Paper guillotine. And might emphasize a different vibe to a player. Go. And for now, these are definitely not in the order that they should be, but drawing tool, pencil, pen, permanent, marker. Sticky notes. I have to have sticky notes. Love sticky notes. Sticky notes. Ruler. Yeah. Okay. I'll remove bookbinder and put ruler in. Yeah. We got a good selection of stuff here. That works for me for now. Okay. I think VCR tape should be at like a 9 slot. That'll be at a 10 slot. DVD player will be at 9. And purposefully, there is not a VCR player or DVD. You don't get both. You can only get the nostalgia, but you can't use it. It's a display item. Go to a different library. Maybe it'll be there. Or maybe the Doomsday Archivists might have them. Ooh. But yeah. Okay. Cool. Loot done. We don't need to worry about that right now. It's done. Now we can consider enemies. And let's open that up since I know. No, don't you stop snapping. Stop snapping. There we go. Cool. Ninja Star. Oh, what did I have? I had a funky DVD. I assume you mean the, yeah. I'll put that down because that would be a silent weapon for Keepers of the Silence. DVD shurikens. Peacekeepers. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Enemies. So we've got our classic clickers. They're definitely going to be a thing. I wonder if... Yeah. We've got blind zombies who make noise. Blind make quiet noise. This is how we're going to categorize our zombies. Ooh, have we... No, we're just, I think, in the same artist. Okay, cool. Okay. Ooh, something I want to make sure is my schedule set up? Schedule. Something I wanted to make sure was my schedule was okay. Forgot where that is. I do not use Twitch, but I'm trying to get into it. I'll do that later. But something I want to make mention to those that are listening or watching. This will be one of my stream days. When I streamed last night will be the standard stream time for at least that day. Should be Monday for everyone at that point, since 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is AM for most of the world, but still Monday. Then for today's time slot, I think I would start an hour earlier, maybe 2 hours earlier, but I'll probably give myself just an hour earlier, just so I can wake up and do all the necessary things to relax and prepare. And then I'll stream for about 3 hours, so normally the stream would end in about 20 minutes. I will likely go for an extra hour. We'll see. And then most weeks I would also be streaming at the same time I was yesterday, today. So it'll be another 9 p.m. stream for me tonight. So I personally technically do 2 streams. Today. One will be for most people in 2 different days. And then I will technically have a 4th time I stream, which will be in 2 days' time at this time slot. Since I'm currently not running a game on my Thursday, so for most people that'll be Wednesday. I will potentially run another game, but for now, a game fell through and I'm just leaving that open. And so most weeks I'll be streaming 4 times, but it'll likely be 2 to 3. Not stress myself out too much. I'll be posting a stream schedule as like a PNG. I'm pretty sure I have one in the stream channel on my Discord. I just need to update it. Let me scroll up in my Discord. Yes, I do. Yes, the picture will still look the same. The days and times will be just slightly different. But that'll be fine. Okay. Cool. And that, let me hide that. Let me go to my Twitch. Yeah, I'll find out how to do the schedule stuff later. I had it before, and now it's gone. Oh well. Okay, enemies. Blind and make noise. Make quiet noise, I should say. Slow. Blind. Quiet noise. I want fast. And sneaky. These are enemies. Enemies are our way of... Okay, this is where I'm going to make the font a little bit smaller. And also, why are they so crunched up? Fast, sneaky. Good hearing. So currently number 2 is our easiest punishment we can do for if you make noise. It's like, oh, okay. There's something not tracking you. And once they find you, they'll jump on you. We want a bulky, easiest way to think of zombies and any multitude of enemies. Obviously, lean into Left 4 Dead. Any of the wave shooters and all that stuff. You've got your run-of-the-mill zombies. You've got your tank. You've got your jockey. You've got your witch. You've got your spitter. I forget the one that's the puller, the roper, whatever it is. But you've got all those ones. And while I could lean into that, for now I'm going to keep it a little bit more passive, since I know that there was some idea with how the zombies work in Breathless. It's very light, and it's definitely not forced upon us or anything, since there is no setting, and not everyone that's making an adventure for Breathless will watch a YouTube video that hints at how zombies work. But the idea for zombies in Breathless is they are attracted to carbon dioxide. And so when there's people around, zombies are attracted to that exhalation. And I don't know if it was made mention in the video or a YouTube comment underneath talked about, then zombies will probably be out in the woods a lot at nighttime, since nighttime is when the trees, during their cycle of photosynthesis and all that stuff, have drawn in all the carbon dioxide and all that stuff and turned it into oxygen and all that stuff. And that's when they are themselves breathing out some of the carbon dioxide. And so the zombies will be attracted to the carbon dioxide that the trees will lightly give off. And that's where I thought, okay, library. Library is full of dead trees. Maybe for whatever reason, the zombies are still attracted to the dead trees a little bit. Or, they're in this space and they understand that this place used to be quote unquote trees, but they've changed and are no longer living, and it has put the zombies in a almost melancholic state. That's the vibe, at least I'm considering or thinking of. And, it might inspire some zombies, but, who knows. Just go back over to my breathless blue sky post. Okay. Cool. Music. Okay. Yes, for everyone listening, I'm going to go for the Twitch goals and all that stuff. I am starting regular streaming now. The schedules will be updated to reflect that. But I saw that, what was it? If I go back up in the Discord channel, the goals to get to affiliate or whatever the next tier is, doesn't matter. The next shiny tier is now 3 CCV, so three viewers basically, consecutive viewers on 4 days, and stream for 4 days per month. I think, yeah, per month. And stream for 4+ hours per month, as well as 25+ followers. So we're aiming for those goals for now. Why? Because it's just the new shiny. That's fine. The immediate goal, however, is to complete this adventure. The locations we'll deal with, but let's consider our enemies, our obstacles. I want a brute. So, come on. Please be 10. Oh yeah, whatever. I'll just manually do it. Slow, heavy, strong. Stationary. Low, heavy, strong, stationary. Yeah, don't mind that idea. They are around. Docile, we might even use. Do not piss them off, otherwise they will destroy you. 2 stress. If you piss them off and you face consequences or failure in dealing with them or running away, you'll mark 2 stress with them. I like that idea. And for now, let's just so we can chain things. Just put it in the higher tier thing for now. Okay, we've got something in our last time's tier that I want to consider, since in one of my hooks, we've got pulsing rot grows on the outside of the building, keeping most away Dr. Clemens, who is now missing. Who's Dr. Clemens? I don't know. Doesn't matter right now. If anything, I don't care. But pulsing rot. Sounds like we need to have an enemy that reflects the pulsing rot. So let's... Oh, okay. Our tanky boys, I think, will be birthing from a pulsing rot flower. Okay. Now we know what a pulsing rot flower... Oh, we've got a pulsing rot flower now. Maybe the enemy is a pulsing rot flower now. Yeah. Covered in growth that could explode with... Yes. The bursts, the ones that burst when you pop them. I am not too familiar with Left 4 Dead. I never played too much of it. I had maybe 2-3 hours underneath my belt. But yeah, the ones you stay away from. The creepers, the explosives. Yeah, Last of Us. I haven't played Last of Us either. It's something I want to get around to. I'm fairly familiar with the storyline of the first one. I watched, I believe, a full Let's Play of Last of Us 1. So I'm not familiar too much with any new enemy types. If there are new ones, and I assume there are for Last of Us 2. Cool. But yeah, no, definitely a rot explosive. And I'm gonna just put here. Thank you to me. I'm just going to put a nice credit for the future and for right now. It's you've been giving me some ideas, you too. I'll be expanding a little bit later, but thank you for the ideas. And for being a nice bouncing board for ideas and just to talk to. Okay. Oh, I realized I don't have my YouTube up on my window. There we go. 3 screens is not enough sometimes. And let's go back to my Google Doc. Do I have anything else for my ideas for my adventure? Keep dead quiet. Stealth encouraged. Yeah. I think by default, to stress enemies to encourage stealth. do that. And let's not bond it. Okay, yeah. Most of these enemies are going to be 2 stress. To help reinforce, hey, don't deal with them. Don't. Otherwise, if the enemies are easier to deal with, while I 100% want players to feel like, nah, screw this. Stealth sandbox? Nah. I'm doing a full chaos run in Dishonored. No ghost here. 100% do your chaos. It just means you're going to have to play with the danger. And that will be entirely different scenario for you. But if you lean into the stealth, then you won't have to face consequences as much and trigger the noise. Okay. With that, ooh, gonna put a noise complication here. 10 rot vines grow in room. No, let's be clean. Increase rot growth in room. Progress rot growth clock in room. Yeah, that works. Is that a new mechanic? I'm just gonna write that down. I'll leave it as it is. I might remove that mechanic and just have a random encounter instead. Yeah, broken glass stepped on. Yeah, exactly. Optional and highly advised. My noise complications on my complication table. I mentioned this yesterday. I might not need both of them. For now, they are separated since technically if you fill a clock, this is probably what table you should reference. But for any other complications that aren't yet completing a clock, then we go there. So for now, let's go to our breathless skills. Bash, skulk. No, I don't want to be too prescriptive about things. I'll put broken glass in. That might be something to put there, or maybe within the one of the rooms. But for now, yeah, these complications will be library specific. I like the idea of the misfire jam. I think that will be more just for the game itself. If you utilize your gun item, and your gun item was on a D4. Where is it? Where's my PDF? On a D4. and it rolls down to a 1. Maybe instead of your gun breaking, it misfires and or jams, and now you need to catch your breath to reset it. Since when reduced to a d4, when reduced to a d4, the item either breaks or get lost or fades away. Yep. Okay, so from a d6 to a d4, that's when it happens. But the gun misfiring and causing noise, I do like that idea. Misfire firearm or accidentally make a lot of noise. Add 2 noise to you. Okay, we'll add that in there, but that might not be the idea I'm going for with the complications. We'll see. Since I do want to look at another adventure to see how they might do their complications. For now, not on stream. One, because I just don't want to show the PDF off, since I haven't checked with the creator. And also just want to see what I can think of right now. Okay, enemies. Definitely want to do a rot flower. Rot flower itself. Long tendrils. Long grasping tendrils. So that will help the game master understand. It's like, okay, this enemy doesn't need to be close to them to attack them, and grasping, maybe that means we can get into situations with grappling and all that stuff, which mechanically won't do too much. Narratively, it'll mean, hey, you probably can't leave. You'll need to, break through to remove this narrative condition. In this case, long grasping tendrils. Hive mind. Control of hive mind zombies. Yeah. I don't mind that idea. Yep, we're going with it. Low. Ooh, actually. Fast. Loud. Rot explosive. Fast loud. These are the charges. These are the jump scares. Jump scare enemy. Grab and pull away. These are the jockeys as well. So we got 2 jump scare enemies now. I think 2 jump scare enemies is fine. You got the one that just comes out of nowhere, and then we got the one that announces their presence from a distance and then runs at you and then blows up. And then we got a big iron giant, iron golem in Minecraft sense, docile. You can wander past, don't prod them, otherwise you have to deal with them. And then we got the kind of hive mind queen, situation as well. Clickers right now I see as making up the grunt force of everything. But we got a space for one more. I did like the idea of an aura. And I think the aura could invigorate the other zombies. So we'll do that. Energizing. I'll do buffing rot aura. Slow. Big. Yeah. So this is like a modifier zombie. When other zombies are near, they deal +1 stress. So if this buffing zombie is in the scene, all zombies will deal likely 3 stress, which is a lot, meaning you want to deal with the buffing zombies first. Because it's a lot, I think I'm going to put them in the... Ooh. Heard some sounds. Okay. Cool. Everything's okay. We'll just put it just in the second half. Because, as a reminder, breathless, you only have 4 stress before you're vulnerable and might be taken out entirely. So if you go into this library and currently face 2 zombie-based consequences where they'll deal stress to you, you're already full with stress and vulnerable. If there is a buffer there, well, you're all but 1 away from truly being out of things. In this case, it says laying low there. Let me just go back to stress. Where is this? When you face the consequences, you take 1 stress. If your character reaches 4 stress, they become vulnerable. When vulnerable, failing a dangerous action could mean being taken out or sudden death. You can use our upper medkit to clear 2 stress or lay low someplace secure a while to clear 1 stress. So, because this adventure site right now is extremely deadly, especially if we add this buffing zombie here, we want to have some of these locations here that could be safe sites. So let's bring up the tool. Where's my shield tool? It was a nice easy shield tool before. We'll use this one. Yep, that'll work. Fill, and let's do green. Okay, cool. Can I say how many sides there are? No, that's fine. This is our legally distinct, not breaking the Geneva Convention logo. We're a safe site. So if we bring up our layers again, where are our layers? Layers, there you are. What do we have here? Library staff area. That's going to be a safe zone. Secure zone, at least. Ground floor, no. The floor. Yeah, okay. This area here where I think the peacekeepers will reside. Oh, actually, yeah, no, the peacekeepers will be on this floor. That entrance to directly into the peacekeepers area will be blockaded. So you cannot just enter immediately. And then let's say, there'll be a safe zone. Basically, I'm putting a safe zone where all the... Oh, and this was at the bottom of the layer stack. Up the top, please. Will be with the classrooms as well. So we've got 3 safe zones, each associated to a faction. Ooh. No, you know what? The peacekeepers, they are silent. Police station, sporting goods store. What do you mean by that, Deadpool Zilla? Police station / sporting goods store. Right now, this is a library. I could see that being another adventure site location to do something, 100%. And do I have that? No, I don't. Sporting goods store. Police station. I do have military base, but we'll put police station as well. I do have shopping center, but sporting goods is a nice... yes, this is a library, the layout, specifically. But no, 100%. It looks like some shopping center layouts that is used quite a lot. I think this is a nice clean layout and was the inspiration for at least how we've set up our noise clocks and the separate rooms that we've decided on. But now that we've got our inspiration, we can hide this for now. Boop, boop. I'm going to get rid of the peacekeepers safe zone because they're quiet and they know how to get around the zombies. It's not safe for others. So, gone. Okay. So far, 2 safe zones. I like it. And I'm just going to label it here. Secure, safe location to relieve, remove stress. Cool. Okay. Currently, I've got the Doomsday Archivists in the classrooms up there. I'll probably put them... Oh no, I just haven't moved that table down, I think. That's fine. Okay, cool. And that... I got things sorted. Okay, let's go back to our... Oh, no. You're now within the group. Let's hide this group. Cool. Okay. Nice. Let's start labeling some of these things. Oh, nope. Lock that. You're not going anywhere. A. K. Mm-hmm. And then one more location. Cool. Probably have a couple more. Yep. Delete. Delete. Ah. Classrooms. Staff room. And let's bring up my images again. What was I inspired by? Is just the study and small bookshelves. Oh, and this was the lobby. You got the cafe. This is the IT rooms. And then we've got the large bookshelves. And we got the theater and small bookshelves. There's only so many times you can be like, yep, this is the bookshelf room. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit. We don't need to follow this floor plan exactly as well. And what was this offshoot room that I made? It was a kind of a separate, this was a new one I made. Did I do? What did I do? Where's my other, boop. Did I save them? I saved them. Okay. Ooh, AV study chorales. Okay, that's the music floor. And I don't think that's technically part of the library. Oh no, that's the wrong image I'm using. Okay. Archival research centers down there. Design studios up there. Data lab. Library staff area. Okay. I might put the isolationists at the bottom, the Doomsday Archivists on the ground floor, and then put the militant cult in the library staff area, just to emphasize the shh. And since it's the main floor, they've got all the study areas and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay. So immediately forgot. Archival Research Center. Ah. Archives. Archives and research. Then staff room. We'll have the keepers of peace. Yep. Ah, this looks lovely. Hurts the eyes, but that's okay. It's okay. You get the ideas out, and then we can do perfectionism later. Otherwise, I'll never get anything done. Lobby, and this goes into the... This should be the staff room, actually. Staff room toilets. Yes, okay. Now it's all coming together. And this is the staff room. Okay. And then I wanted to... As yeah, okay. Cafes are listed. Okay, study multimedia shelves. And then that one, what did we say that one was? That one was its own thing. This was that gray section here. Let's say backrooms. Okay. Cool. We now have a setup. Classrooms, IT room, staff room, toilets. Keepers of the peace are actually in the staff room. And the toilets do not need such a major site, but now the secure location will be in archives and research. And now we've got the two safe zones on either side of the map. You could potentially get into both safe zones through the fire escape entrances, if they're available, if you find them, which we can call out that you might be able to find them a little bit later, since having an entrance is always good, but varying up the portal between locations. Is it a locked door? Is it a difficult door to go through? Is it a noisy door? Do you need a certain quote-unquote key? Is it a secret door? Or, like our blue lines, is the key would be grappling hook or being able to climb well up the elevator shafts. Okay. Nice. Keepers of the Peace are in the staff room. Our faction is in the classrooms. And archives and research is where our doomsday archivists are here. Okay. Progress. Technically, the one page of our brochure is done. Blurb needs to be, rewritten and all that stuff, 100%. And just so we're all aware of that, make that gaudy pink. So it cannot be a placeholder unless I'm writing Morkborg, which gaudy pink is the only thing you should be using. Everything else is fine right now. Sure, there's like some notes in there, but I'll look at that later. Yeah, page 1 done. Now it's the inside page. Inside page, we need to write descriptive text for each of our room locations. And if they have a anchored obstacle, if they have an anchored obstacle, what is it? Is there a listed way of dealing with it? Or are we just listing the obstacle and then to lean into the more freeform narrative approach, just allow the GM and the party to decide how to overcome it. And if there are potentially any unique items listed that aren't in the loot table already, maybe that's where we will put DVD shurikens. The only other thing would be the noise complications. Really figure out how I want to do that. And if I want to have a specific noise complication per room, which I don't think we will. And if we do, then I could maybe make this spread a little bit bigger and roll in the noise complication table into the room descriptions. If not, then I'll probably keep the layout how it is right now. Obviously, we'll clean up and make a much better room of our map of our room. The library specific complications. That is where I'm just going to make a to-do list here. Noise complications. Library specific complications. Room descriptions. Look at other adventures or complication ideas. Faction expansion items. Tactics. Tactics probably leans into the goals, but we'll put tactics in there. Cool. And write down where the book specific items NPCs are in rooms. Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Deadpool. 100% noise traps. 100%. Yeah, these tables are making me think in the wrong mindset. I'm just going to put complication ideas. Noise traps. Virus. Book. Falling. Over. Yeah, shelf. And reading. Yeah, these current tables are not doing well for the thinking brain, so they'll need to be adjusted. But that's fine. That's fine. They set me up and have inspired some things in me and in you, and then we can evolve these for later. But 100%, this column here with the tables and our pink text will help reference any consequences and any obstacles that will come up in play. Additionally, obviously this one will too, but that will, yeah, just because of the layout, that's just where it is going to be. On a fourfold gate, well, that could just be on the other side of our map. But for now, we won't get too fancy. Or will we? Vsauce music. Cool. Yes. Entryways. Varied entryways. Locked. Key. Secret. Faction. Rumor. Blocked. But can see through, speak through. This is definitely leaning to OSR mindset when you're thinking about doors and it not just being a standard door. But overall, I think breathless leans into an OSR mindset as well. Because overall, OSR heads very simple. Usually you have let's say NSR is very simple. You might have 3 stats and everything else is kind of based on the narrative. And it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. You can do that. Sure, it might have a lot of procedures sometimes and lots of rules for certain things, but not always as well. And I think Breathless has some of that OSR inspiration in there, especially at least in the way the rules are structured and how it seems like an adventure would be made for it. Okay, I think they're all the to-do lists, things on my to-do list I need to do. Yeah. Cool. That's our to-do list. Let's save this. Nice. Okay, what did we do today? We got our factions kind of ironed out. Don't need a name for that. We've got resources for them. We have some goals. We have some ideas on how they kind of conflict with each other. And this might help inspire some side quests. If I have space, I might add in a side quest or a faction goal table. But for now, We don't need to worry about too much. We got the basic idea of our enemies. We've got our grunts, our clickers. We've got 2 jump scare ones, the loud explosive ones, and the jockeys, basically the sneaky rats in Vermintide who jump in, stab at you, and run away. This time they might jump on you and try and drag you away. We've got our buffers that need to be dealt with first and make things very difficult. We've got our big tanks that are docile, and 100% would be a consequence for filling up the noise in a single room if they're there. And then we have a rot flower that I think would be in the same vibe. And I'm going to add that in. Ooh, noise, consequence, enemy. Ooh, noise, consequence, enemy. Oh. Okay. Of course, art and all that stuff will be later. We want the text done, then we'll make it fancy. Okay. We've got a lot done. With that, it is definitely lunchtime. I have not had any breakfast. So we're going to end the stream there, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming. Please, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, dawn or dusk, wherever you are. And until next time, please enjoy yourselves. Thank you for the bouncing board, Deadpool and Clapchat. And for anyone else that was listening, I hope you had a lovely time. Okay? I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. And now I'll mumble to myself as I end the stream. Mumble, mumble, mumble.